Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Mysticall, today bringing you Monk Monday number 75, which is just amazing. For those of you who don't know what that is, you send any gameplay you have to this email right here, preferably Monk gameplay, and I go over everything. I go over your cooldowns, your teammates' cooldowns, positioning. I've done Mythic Plus, so I go over routes. Trading cooldowns, everything I've done. I think I've seen one rating, and I've done Windwalker as well. So if you have any Monk gameplay, send it to the email in the description, and I will happily critique it. I kind of just go through the order that I get the emails in, so you know, I'll get to everyone eventually. 100% I will, because these are my favorite types of videos. And today we have Epip, kind of like sounds like Pip from Lord of the Rings. And they say, I haven't played Arena since Wrath of the Lich King, and I re-rolled Mistweaver right before Shadowlands. That's brilliant. Videos have been so helpful. Thank you. Yo, thank you so much. I appreciate that. This is week 3 of my friend and I playing Mistweaver Demo Warlock. Okay. Playing arguably two of like the worst specs right now, but it's still making work. And we just got to 1750. That's actually insane. Any and all advice would be great. I include 4 short games. But if you don't have time for 4, then no, you don't have to cut any videos at all. I won't cut any videos. I'm more than happy to go through as many games as I'm given. I'm more than happy. It's the Ret Mage game was rough. It's not common for WPS games to go like that. I feel you so much. And there's a say we just got 1800. Absolutely not possible without your videos. Thanks again. Best Epi. Transferred down, renewing him. Epi. All right, we'll go with Epi then. Yeah, I don't mind any games. You could send me even more games. It doesn't even bother me that much. And congratulations on 1800. 1800 is literally like the top 10% of players, so that's actually amazing. So let's do this. I'm seeing already we're Night Fae. I play Night Fae on my alt Mistweaver. It can be brutal. Now, admittedly, I don't exactly know much about Demo Warlocks. I do know that they have the Demon Bolt thing, and then their big burst is when they summon the big fella. I don't know. He just chucks like things at people. So that's pretty much what I know. And if there's anything I know from watching Demo Warlocks, which is kind of far and few between, is that they usually stun a kill target. So basically, as the Mistweaver, sorry, this music. Let me look at this real quick. From your point of view as the Mistweaver, when you see that your Demo Warlock is going for their burst cooldowns, you're just gonna in-cap leg sweep the healer. That's pretty much. Oh, this started auto playing. What is this? Arms Warrior. This is Arms Warrior Hpally. So grapple weapon is perfect. Chrysalis, refreshing breeze is good too. If you're scared that they will kind of train you to the ground, because Holy Pallies have the Hodge, so they can actually just like run at you and do damage. You can play Eminence, which is your short port instead of refreshing breeze, but I kind of do the same setup versus warriors. I use refreshing breeze for the extra healing, and Tiger's Lust. I'm a fan of Tiger's Lust, so no concerns there. Wait, what legendary was that? Cloud of Focus? Yeah, Cloud Focus, beautiful. That's gonna save you a lot of mana, do a lot of healing. And yeah, this is pretty sick. Let me just make sure we have the best quality going right now. We do. Perfect. All right. Oh, way better. Okay. Yeah, so get our hots up here. We have our statue down, port up, which is perfect. And yeah, I mean, it's really, Demo Warlocks are all about setup. You know, if you get the perfect setup, you can get a one shot in and get, you know, kind of ride that momentum to winning. It's kind of difficult. That's bop instantly on the warrior, trinket from the warrior. So as far as cooldowns go, we're already ahead. Something I do want to keep in mind is that the warrior also used avatar. So if this warrior leaps to you, which I feel like they will, even though they're bopped, you can use Ring of Peace and it'll kind of help deal with that. So there's the leap, there's the blade storm. We can't Ring of Peace yet. Good roll away. Port when they get to you. Okay. Tiger's Lust is fine. Be careful. You might have to trinket this. All right, trinket's fine. Port. Perfect. Okay. All right, warrior cooldowns are down. Spell reflect is done. And nice sphere into coil. And I'm assuming we just kill this guy. In cap? Yeah. That is how every game should go. Not like that quickly, but like literally perfect. You know, we get a fear on the healer, coil on the warrior into a this guy's stun, the axe stun, into an in-cap leg sweep on the healer. Do that every time your Demon Warlock has cooldowns. Every single time. The only thing for this game I want to just kind of note is you did a really good job of running away. Perfect job. Blade Storm, we roll the Blade Storm. Perfect. But where is it? Right here, we're out of range of our port. So like we roll the Blade Storm, which is beautiful. And then we go behind the pillar, which is perfect. Honestly, it's the best way you can kite. But instead of porting, you Tiger's Dust very far away from your port, and we have to trinket this Hodge. And then waste another roll, and then port. So instead of kiting really far away from you, like always kite melee away from your port. But always try to stay in range of it so you could port as fast as you can, because then you don't have to waste your mobility. But other than that, the setup of it was really good, like really, really solid, really good stuff. So yeah, sick. Disc Priest Frost Decay is a doozy. Short Port is great. Chrysalis is great. Refreshing Breeze is good. Yeah. This is good. If you're worried about being slowed, you can play Tiger's Lust, but Chi Torpedo is good too. Diffuse Magic is obviously really good because it's all magic. And yeah, talents are looking fine. I'm assuming we're playing kind of Cloud of Focus again. Beautiful. And we'll see how this goes. Night Fate Mistweaver, man, you're keeping the dream alive. Seriously. I mean, yeah. All right, so the Priest one is Dwarf Shadows and DK's on you. Immediately, I would probably just go for a low Gateway. Ooh, perfect. And yeah, and then replace your port. Did you replace it? I don't know if... I guess it doesn't matter at this point, but... Nice drop, but he can run right through it because I believe... Let me see. He just used... not Death Advance, the other one. They have two different annoying mobility spells. Anyway, right now, the biggest reason why we're kind of taking some damage here is because we're out of range of our port. So, there's two things you could have done to like kind of avoid this. One is when you gated, put your port down here. Just reset your port. You changed positions on the map. Always try to make sure you reset your port. Or two, when he grips you, port. Because he grips you in range of your port. So what you can do is, again, one or the other. There's no wrong way. You can either replace your port here and then port, or you could port as soon as he grips you. Either way, because when you port LOS, these little annoying like these grips, the limb or whatever it's called, the Gorfines, whatever, they won't grip you because you're LOS. So yeah, I think we got Dispel on that. Good Cocoon here, and yeah, we're just kind of just chilling. Decimating Bolt goes out, stun on the DK, and then that's kind of like the time where you go for CC on the Priest, because the Priest isn't CC right now. I know it's kind of hectic, for sure. Like it's a lot going on, and I completely get that. But if you're this is the big fellow right here, the Demonic Tyrant that it's basically the one shot, right? Basically the one shot from your Warlock. You have to go for CC on the Priest, otherwise you don't have much else. You know, you have a half Fear off. But yeah, we have a stun on the Death Knight, which is good. So that's just your time to go for an in-cap stun. Beautiful port. Reset your port. Great. And now now you play right here. This is where you are all game long. And then a coil. Yeah, you definitely want to try to go for in-cap leg sweep on the healer. GK doesn't have trinket. Now you don't have to do that yet if you don't want to. What you can technically do is when you get your leg sweep, you can leg sweep the DK because he has nothing. Nice in-cap. Oh, they're going to trinket that 100%. Leg sweep it. Oh, so good. So good. Great, great, great CC there. And now you kind of just pushing out. You're just pulling out. Just chilling. Hang back. You don't have to push in. Great. And we're on our port, which is fine, because if he grips us, we can port. Just port this. Revival. Yulon. Mana Tea gets used. Enveloping Mist, hopefully. Juke the DK there. Yeah, you juke the DK. The one thing I noticed right now is that I see that we use Mana Tea, but I don't think we use a single heal during it. We use Revival there. We use Renewing Mist. Juke the DK. We juke the DK. Yeah, we didn't get an Enveloping Mist off with Mana Tea up, so that's kind of another. That's just one thing. You know, it's nothing crazy because your mana's doing all right. The Disc Priest is running out of mana, but if you ever were in a situation where you were losing on mana, just keep that in mind. You guys should win that beautiful port on that. Your next setup you should win. There's no trinkets, no outs from either of these. What you're ideally going to look for is a Fear on the Priest into a Coil Stun onto the Death Knight, and then you in-cap stun the Priest off the Fear, and you probably hopefully get a kill. I love playing with casters. They're actually like, I love setup. Honestly, the setup of playing with the caster is really nice. But this is pillar, so we are kind of, we might have accidentally gated there. I feel like we did. Which happens. It happens. It actually happens a lot with me in Mythic rating. So, has caused me quite a few deaths, which is a little unfortunate. So, yeah, we're doing a really good job. Again, make sure you keep renewing Mist up. The Priest might be purging, but you do have one charge of renewing Mist, and you're just losing out on healing with these Vivifies. And then also make sure... Great. Nope, not even going to say it. Don't even have to say it. Yep. I never heal pet classes, so, like, it takes me a game or two to get used to having to heal a pet. It looks like that... Was that Chill Streak? That looked like Chill Streak. So, he's trying to do some damage to you right now. Good roll. Double roll away. It's perfect. Ooh. Kind of wasted port there. But this DK is really... So, there's Trinket. That's Pain Sub. And hopefully we can get some CC here. Really good Fear. Running away from the Death Knight. In-cap off that. Into a leg sweep. Leg sweep. Nice. Touch death. Nice. Beautiful. That was honestly like, that was a really good setup. Oh, hello. There we go. I didn't see many issues healing wise. You did great. You did really well. Kept renewing Mist up on everybody. Obviously the only things was Manatee. We didn't get a single heal out when Yulon was up, especially enveloping Mist. It's annoying that you have to do it, but you have to do it. Yeah, it just sucks. But yeah, really good healing wise for except for that. Really good. And then always stay in range of port at all times, because port has so many uses for it. The uses for port are, you know, obviously avoiding when the Frost Death Knight grips you or any melee tries to get to you. But the other use is avoiding crowd control. Let's just say this Disc Priest never ran into Fear you, but if you see a Disc Priest running at you, you can just port the Fear when they get close to you and just make it really difficult for the Priest to actually get CC on you. So that's kind of the main reasons why you always want to stay in range of port. Besides that, solid. Also, I noticed that we're not using Failing Stomp. I used to say, like, I think there was another Night Fae monk that submitted. I was like, why aren't you using Failing Stomp? Now I know why. It's actually just a waste of mana. It's really sad, actually. But yeah, no, really solid gameplay. Really solid game. So, first Toady 30, 84 mastery. Your gear is insane. Your gear is crazy. So, what are we playing against? We're playing against Rep Mage. Diffuse Magic is good. This is good. Yeah, everything seems good here. Cephus, yep, beautiful legendary choice. They just have that spammable CC, and if they try to kill you, it's even more annoying. But they only have one stun for setup, which is Hodge, which can make it kind of difficult for the Mage to get to you or get polys on you. So renewing Mister up, which is great. Odds are that the Mage is probably going to open on you right here, because it's LOS the pet, LOS your Warlock. Unless your Warlock can port and CS with the pet in line, I think this Mage might get a free poly on you. Yeah, DB into Sheep on you. Really good. Beautiful CS. Beautiful. So now their setup is kind of bad right now. Obviously they're trying to go your Warlock if they're trying to CC you, and they don't have CS anymore. So that's unending resolve before Wings gets used. So that is not good. We Trinket Wings. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, that's fine. That's fine. They don't have a CS for you. You're hanging. I would probably just press Diffuse Magic if we have it. We did use Fortifying Brew and Diffuse Magic. Wings from the Hpally, which is fine, because again, it's everything. It's combustion. It's everything. This Mage is probably gonna go for a... I was gonna think of Polymorph. Now, when you get CS'd here, actually, you know what? Let me go back to your talents real quick. A minute in. Instead of Refreshing Breeze, go for Disarm for the Hpally, because Disarm, unless it's their Templar's Verdict, it disarms and they can't use anything else. So maybe Disarm might be better than Refreshing Breeze. And then when you get locked out here, use paralysis on the mage. So whenever you have time, you know, whenever you get CS'd or, you know, there's teams kind of basically when you need to peel for your teammate or yourself, you're kicked or whatever, you would still have things. You have paralysis and you have leg sweep. That's what you can use. So, and disarm. So that's why I said disarm, because if you get kicked, you can disarm. So what you can do right now, essentially, if you had disarm, is you could incap the mage and disarm the ret on the rest of his wings, and they'd be kind of locked down. Let me see what you do. Leg sweep, good leg sweep. So this is even better if you had disarm, because the ret trinkets the leg sweep. Normally they'll also trinket the disarm, and you just get you can disarm off the trinket. But this is fine too, honestly. Really good healing. Life cocoon is fine. I would have probably, if I'm gonna be honest, and this is obviously hindsight, you probably didn't have to life cocoon here because they don't have kicks, right? They don't have CS. I guess technically the mage could poly you, but you have Thunder Focus Tea. I guess, yeah, it's a big cocoon though. That's a really big cocoon. It's a tough decision, but yeah, or you could have went Yulon Mana Tea and then went for healing there. Let me see if that matters. Like, maybe it doesn't even matter. So let me see. Your Warlock's kind of lining you, which is okay. This guy might try to go for a poly on you, which they do. They break the DB. Beautiful Hpally. Line the poly. Dispel the poly. Hodge on you. They don't really have much. I say that, but you never know. Nice. I think that was Revival. They might have CS, so be careful. Get CS'd. Hpally has kick. Okay. Alright, let me see. Let me see. I just found your Zen Focus Tea. Let me see. We use Revival? Okay, yeah, there's Zen Focus Tea. Wait, are we using Zen Focus Tea? Yeah, okay. We get locked out. Okay, so really the only issue this game... Well, one thing is, remember that when you get locked out, when I get locked out, I always try to paralysis something. Anything. In 2s or 3s, RBGs, anything. I always try to paralysis something so that the damage is just less. So you get locked out here. The big thing is, though, is that we have Zen Focus Tea. So, and they have 2 kicks available. So if you just Zen Focus Tea, I'm sure you'd be fine. But if you didn't have Zen Focus Tea, or if I didn't have Zen Focus Tea, I would just paralysis something. Anything. I would try to, like, paralysis. Let's see. It looks like we're trying to hit the ret, so I would incap the mage, but yeah, because the blade storm right here from this, yeah, the mage is LOS, and I would just try to incap the mage. The other thing is when you try to roll to a pillar, so like right here, actually this whole time right here, instead of, so they swap to us here, we get hodged, right? What I would try to do, instead of rolling to the open, try to roll to a pillar. So try to roll to LOS, you know, try to go over here, not go back over here, because they're both here. I would try to run. We get a nice enveloping mist off, which is nice. I would paralysis the mage here and then start running this way, like LOS or towards this pillar, just because the Hpally doesn't have much mobility. They have some, but they don't have a whole lot. But honestly, the biggest thing right now is we just get locked out with Zen Focus Tea available. That's it. I think you would have been fine. Next leg sweep. The ret doesn't have bubble. Mage doesn't have many peels. Your Warlock has coil. Oh, your Warlock also has coil. So I guess technically, what your Warlock could have done, I mean, obviously you're at low health, but your Warlock, like right here, could have coiled. I would have coiled the mage and stun the Hpally. I know it would have sucked for like trying to get a kill, but it's still really good for peeling. And then if the mage trinkets, you could paralysis. And then you also have Chi Torpedo here, so you could roll towards one of these pillars. Yeah, but but if just focusing on you, we had Zen Focus Tea at the end here, and then make sure you paralysis something when you get kicked. Those are the 2 big things. Wait, do we live? Oh my god, wait, time out, we live. Oh my god, I thought we died. Alright. We have port. Nice paralysis. So, just like that, if you can do that when you get interrupted, it makes dealing with damage when you get interrupted way easier. Great Zen Focusy, stunned. Okay, so here's the big mistake is kind of what we did the other game, and we're out of range of our port. We're just out of range, which sucks. I guess actually, do we have time? Are we dead in the stun? Oh, wouldn't matter. Yeah, that sucks. If your Warlock could use Shadow Fury, that would have been nice. But besides that, that's kind of your only PO, unless your Warlock is spamming. I would, when you're the one in trouble, we kind of LOS our Warlock here, but I would just, your Warlock just needs to spam Fear, spam Fear, over and over and over again. Nice, because we get the Mage Trinket here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Technically, what you could have done, and the only way I don't even think it would have kept you alive, is if you Ring of Peace. I don't even think a pre-Ring of Peace here would have kept you alive. I think the best thing right now would have been to run. Right here, in this, instead of trying to cast, run, and then port in 5 seconds, and just keep trying to run. Because when teams can't connect to when teams can connect to you, it's just like over. It sucks. It sucks. But really well done. Really well done game. Healing wise, I think you're fine. The only problem was, one, I think Disarm is better than Refreshing Breeze, especially versus Hpallys, because it kind of locks down their damage. And then two, always stay in range of your port, and try to, when you're being targeted, try to run towards the pillar to LOS. But honestly, my ult got one shot by this, so it's a tough comp. It really is. And then finally, we got some sub rogue Shadow Priest. Let me see. Counteract Magic is good. Chrysalis, Refreshing Breeze. I would actually run Disarm instead of Refreshing Breeze. Disarming a sub rogue or any spec of rogue completely shuts them down. Like, they can't do anything unless they trinket, but they really can't do much. So I would go Disarm here. It just locks down them a lot. And then Diffuse Magic is really good. Counteract Magic is good. Chrysalis is good. So yeah, overall good. I would just say maybe try Disarm out. Disarm's pretty solid. Let's see what we got here. Port down. I really like that mount too. Renewing Mist. We get sapped. So instantly opens up with Shadow Blades. They're going hard right now. So really good stun from your Warlock. Actually an insane stun. And then the Rogue trinkets it. And this is also a reason why you run Disarm, is because when Shadow Blades is up, if you disarm it, they can't do anything. And this is their biggest burst cooldown. Hopefully we get a coil off of this. Unending Resolve is a fair trade, but I would still probably try to coil the Rogue. That's Cloak. All right. I think the Rogue cloaked it. Really good Cocoon here. Cocoon is fine. Cocoon is fine. Do not use Revival, though. Do we use Revival yet? Okay, we didn't use it. Blind on you. And Silence, and this Shadow Bomb is going to be DR. They just DR'd everything. So let's get a Renewing Mist up. Perfect. Stun onto you. They're not going you. Rogue's looking for a re-stealth. Really not a whole lot you can do. We grip or we gate, which I don't know. The grips, that was okay, I guess. That was Vanish from the Rogue. Stay in combat, though, by hitting the Priest or healing a pet. Oh, Rogue's out. All right, so now it's our turn. Now it's our turn to get aggressive, and we have leg sweep. Leg sweep. Maybe, I think we have leg sweep. So this Rogue has no trinket. Nice drop. Sick. Yeah, I hate when that happens. If we have leg sweep, I would just stun him. Straight up, I would stun the Rogue. Really good stun, and then treat this almost as if the Shadow Priest is a healer. And in-cap leg sweep the Shadow Priest when we do goes on the Rogue. That's my best suggestion, because it kind of is. Like, Priest will do a lot of healing. They also have Void Swap, and they have a lot of peels. So Fear onto you. We still have Trinket, which is good. Mind Games. Good Revival. Cheap Shot onto you. Good Fear on the Priest. Good healing. Great healing. Perfect healing. Get a Renewing Mist on your... if you can just get a Renewing Mist on your Warlock, you'd be in a prime spot. Really good in-cap here. Into a leg sweep. That's fair. That's fair. Maybe get Trinket from the Priest. No. Going in for maybe a Touch of Death. Void Swap. So that's why you go for CC on the Priest. But our CC went away, so you guys did fine. Good job keeping the Rogue in combat here, because he is really annoying. And yeah, just get it. They're doing goes on the warlock, so just always make sure you don't let that renewing mist drop on your warlock. I know it's like kind of small, but any healing. We have Tree and Cocoon. Good job getting that Rop out on the rogue, and we are very far ahead. So right now, by the way, when you're silenced, it's very similar to getting locked out. So the reason why Disarm is really good versus Shadow Priest, like Shadow Priest melee, is because Disarm or grapple weapon lines up with silence. So every time you get silenced, you can disarm the melee, which is when normally the goes are, which is kind of why it's good. Also, you can use paralysis when you get silenced too. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're, they're getting a lot of pressure, remember to just incap something. And right now, I think this rogue's just gonna die to pets. Insane. Yeah, no, this was good. That was a really solid game. Really good job. Well done. I got no complaints about this. Just remember, I think try out Disarm instead of Refreshing Breeze when you're playing against melee, especially like double DPS, but even not like any melee, just try it out. It's really good. Shuts down a lot of their damage. If they use Trinket aggressively, they won't have it for when you disarm them. So overall, Pip, Epi, insane games. Like, I'm not surprised you had 1800, and truly I don't see why you couldn't push like something like 2100 or 24. These games I didn't see many issues with them. Mostly positioning, Zen Focus T, you got Gibbed that one game. Try out Disarm, and I mean, obviously you're playing with a Demo Warlock, but Demos, they're not terrible. They're decent. They can work in twos. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully this was helpful. I'll have like critiques in the description below, and that is pretty much it. Hopefully this was helpful to you or anyone watching. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your day. Hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you later.